Hey guys! Welcome back to Coolest Crafts. Today I'm going to be making the electrical room in the Skeld map in Among Us. Did I say Among? Anyway, let's get started. Hello, welcome to my table, where I'm starting off by sketching a template of the room, seeing as how my printer is out of ink. I also have another sketch for how I want the floor to look, so let's start with that. I'm taking some grayish clay and mixing in some white to get the color that I'm after. Then I'm flattening it out and cutting it into the shape using my template. And this is where I mess up. I cut it directly on the table, and when trying to pry it off, I realize that this thing does not want to let go. So I end up destroying it. Take two. This time I cut it directly on the baking pan and the results are much better. Now I can put in the tile texture on the floor using my blade. Going back to the template, I'm cutting out the second level of the floor that the electrical boxes are sitting on, and I'm placing those along the border of the floor plan. I'm also using my templates to cut out the two walls. I'm cutting them out a little bit longer than the template because I was afraid that they'd be too short. Now onto the electrical boxes. I didn't have a lot of clay, so I tried to shape it into a square as much as I could before tidying up the edges with my blade. The result is not perfect, but it's acceptable. I'm starting with the back of the boxes to practice my technique before moving on to the front, since it doesn't really matter what this side of the boxes look like. Now I'm putting in the details with a flat silicone sculpting tool, and I'm just following my sketch that I made earlier. The other boxes are basically the same story, trying to cut straight edges and adding detail to make them look less boring. And at first I wanted to draw on the lightning bolt symbol with the pen after baking the clay, but I figured I would do it the hard way and use tiny pieces of clay instead. Oh, and we can't forget about the pipe on top of this box. Now this electrical box is not really much different than the others, so I'm not going to show much of it. I'm also just creating the tasks on the wall as well as the vent on the ground. And once that's done, we might as well make some characters. For the character that I play with in the game, I usually try and pick a fried egg or cheese for my hat. I'm not set on the color. I usually end up with blue, green, or pink, but it's just whatever's available. Do you guys have a favorite combo? Or are you fancy with the skin? I really want to get myself a skin, but I also really don't want to pay money for a game on my phone. I guess I'll just stick with my fried egg. Oh yeah, and I'm also throwing in a dead body. Can you guess who the imposter is? I'm just rolling out some different colored wires, and it's time for assembly. I'm just putting a little bit of liquid Sculpey where the big electrical boxes are going to be, and then I'm placing everything down. Now it's not the electrical room without the various wires strewn about every which way. So I'm just looking at the image and trying to follow it as close as I can, and I'd say I got most of it halfway accurate. And now it's time to throw this in the oven for 20 minutes. Once cooled, I can now attach the walls. I added liquid Sculpey and super glue, that way the walls could stay where they're supposed to until baked. And once they start baking, the super glue will start to melt and the liquid Sculpey will start hardening at the same time. Not exact science, but it works. Now just to add the rest of the wires on the electrical boxes and draping them along the back wall. And then it's back into the oven for the final time. Now some finishing touches, just super gluing the tasks onto the wall and placing our dead body along with the other characters about. Our final character down, and the electrical room is now complete. I'd say it turned out pretty decent. Definitely think the orange guy is my favorite. I want to know what you guys think. Do you love it, hate it, don't care, want to see more, want to see me quit? Leave your opinions down below and I'll be happy to read them. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys this week. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!